Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
The future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe may be looking very vague as we only have a short look into what's coming in the future and what's coming into Phase 4. However, recent reports that have been coming out at a steady pace as of the past few weeks suggest that the MCU may be planning to do something bigger and something possibly as large in scale as what we've seen out of the MCU so far with the giant culmination into Avengers Endgame that we got to see. So what could this possibly be going forward that could get fans super excited and hyped about the future of the MCU? Well, as you guys probably remember, Disney acquired Fox not too long ago, which means that Disney now has the rights to all of the X-Men franchise and distribution rights for the films. And we've heard speculation for a long time that the MCU is planning on bringing in characters from the X-Men universe. Most likely, it's going to look like a ton of characters will be rebooted into the MCU. However, there still is the opportunity and door open for a few actors to possibly return from the existing X-Men movie franchise, specifically Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine if he agrees to come back. Now, we've talked about that possibility, whether or not he wanted to come back or not in the past, and essentially the door is open. It seems like Disney really wants him to come back, but we don't know for certain what's going to happen with that yet. But it really is starting to look like in the next coming phases of the MCU, specifically maybe sometime around Phase 5, we might start to see the development of these new X-Men characters kind of being introduced and formed in a similar way to what we had in the original Avengers way back in the day, where we kind of had the original characters having their own movies. We learn about the characters individually and eventually form into some sort of X-Men team. This would then lead to an epic culmination, much like what we saw in Captain America Civil War, where this time we would see the Avengers face off against the X-Men in a very awesome battle against each other, and maybe that would lead into some bigger enemy or bigger threat where they would eventually team up together. But that sounds like it could be one of the biggest and coolest directions for the MCU to go, especially with Endgame hype kind of dying down now and not a lot of people knowing what direction they're going to take the MCU in. If this is the long-term plan and this is what they start building up towards, it could be something that would get fans really, really excited again. Now, we also know that the MCU is planning on doing an adaptation of the Secret Wars, which are some of the most popular comic book series that have ever released. So we're going to already have some really cool plot lines going into Phase 4 and probably into Phase 5, but it'd also be really cool if they start setting things up for this eventual X-Men and Avengers crossover film by kind of dropping hints, dropping characters, and introducing things alongside of the things that are going on in Secret Wars. Because honestly, the MCU worked so well because they established all the characters before dropping them into a giant team-up film, and this would be the perfect way to add something new and different to the MCU while also sticking to the formulas that have worked in the MCU by really developing characters and giving the audience a chance to kind of know who everyone is in the universe. So with that, I guess the best thing we can do now is turn this around and see what you guys think. Would you like to see the X-Men and Avengers face off, and would you feel more confident in the future of the MCU if that is the long-term plan that they start building towards? Or do you think that they will never be able to top what Endgame did? Whatever that may be, let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more news on everything happening in the MCU. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
I'm about to.
Hi everybody.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hi.
See you guys.
Know anybody?